This is Rochelle, milepost 83.7 on the BNSF Aurora sub and milepost 75.3 on the UP Geneva sub. But you may be wondering why this video looks so old. Well, that's because it is. I was recently going through some old tapes and transferring them to digital formats and found this. This was taken on a day trip with my aunt in 2007, sometime in the summer. Rochelle has changed in many ways since this video, both the park itself and the trains that run through it. And today we'll see how it all looked back in 2007. A few disclaimers before we start. First, the video quality is not great. YouTube was barely even a thing at this point, and this was a standard definition camcorder. If you're looking for the most beautifully shot video on the channel, this isn't it. There's some questionable framing of shots, you'll see what I mean later. Many things in this video I would do over, but this does give us a look at what the park and the trains looked like back then, so I think it's worth taking a trip back in time. Second, I'll attempt to tell you what a train is, but this was over 10 years ago and I have no idea what the symbols are. So if that's what you're looking for, sorry. The coal trains are about the only identifiable things here, as they were mostly made up of company-owned hoppers. We start our trip down memory lane with this unknown BNSF piggyback train. I don't know why I didn't get the front end, but here it is. Next up, we have a UP eastbound loaded coal train who hits the diamond hot and blasts through here. I believe the reporting mark on the cars is CWEX, which makes this a train destined for a Commonwealth Edison plant. Also note the classic Chicago and Northwestern searchlights and signal bridge that have since been replaced. AC-44 number 5869 brings up the rear. This was the beginning of a UP parade as SD-90 number 8155 leads another loaded coal train eastbound. These are also ComEd cars. AC-44 6598 brings up the rear of the lengthy train.
Wait 5 seconds.
So you guys got a relatively cheap rate.
Next up, we get a westbound UP. AC 44 number 6788 leads what I believe is an empty coal run. These cars carry the IESX reporting mark, which is IES Utilities in Iowa. There's also a few LNTX cars in here, which is an Alliant Energy reporting mark. IES is a subsidiary of Alliant.
We still haven't had lunch yet. Just about. It may do a loud thing here again in a second, so I'll quit talking until it's done. It's about to come past us here at a creeping speed. Can you hear it? Puff of smoke coming out of it. Or whatever they call it in the thing. Smoke stack. Well, it's probably cheaper out here than we are. I'm going to pull up before we leave. I think the cheapest I saw here was $2.97.
Finally, we get to switch over to BNSF and get our first look at those awesome Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy searchlights and signal bridge. Also still present were the CB&Q code line poles, although they were mostly unused by now. BNSF would begin a mass replacement project of signals and the removal of the classic line poles in the early 2010s. Funny enough, this BNSF manifest is being led by a pair of CSX locomotives. CSX AC60 CW number 5012 leading the way. We head back to the UP side of the pavilion. UP SD40-2 3075, a former CNNW locomotive, leads a slow crawler out of Global 3. What makes this interesting is the third engine in line, a rail-powered GG20B demonstration hybrid switcher. UP owns 21 of these now, but they were still only a couple years old at this point. What follows is what I'm guessing is an intermodal transfer from Global 3 to either Global 1 in Chicago or Global 2, otherwise known as Proviso Yard. Global 4 in Joliet hadn't opened yet.
I think the third and fourth are dead.
Fourth or fifth.
They should be hauling it the other way to the diesel shop out.
UP is up again, this time a westbound crawling stack train. I'm not sure why it was running so slow, as I don't think it was going into Global 3. Back over to BNSF, and this time we get actual BNSF power. The new BNSF logo on the lead engine was still relatively new at this point, and third in line is an old Burlington Northern unit. The train itself is one of the few easily identifiable trains on this route. It's a westbound Z-train. BNSF decides to give us 2 in a row as Dash 9 number 5059 leads former BN 8031 and a slightly less hot westbound stack train. Finally, we go back to UP for a fantastic view of this bush. After a short wait, SD 9043 MAC number 8165 pops out from behind it with a slow-moving empty coal train. These hoppers belong to Wisconsin Electric. Not even a minute after the westbound is cleared, we get this eastbound putting on a horn show. And then my camera battery died. Hopefully you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. Once the weather gets better, I'm planning on taking a trip out to Rochelle to see what we can see, and now we have a way to compare it to the past. But until then, thank you for watching the Northeastern Illinois Railfan YouTube channel.